gonna do the best we can because I have to go to work soon. Hey guys, my name is Talia from Little Miss Sunshine. If you're new here, hi, welcome. I do a wide variety of art, and I just thought I'd show everybody the process that I'm doing and not scare you off. And today I just had in mind, since it is Valentine's Day, love is in the air, whether that is your significant other or your friends or your family, or sometimes it is a bunch of scraps that you need to figure out what to do with it. Which is the case for today. In the past, I came across some issues. I ordered this pink faux fur for this one idea I had in mind. However, when it came in the mail, I hated the material. The texture felt funny. It felt just so cheaply made. I wasn't fond of it. So I kept pushing it aside and regretted my mistake. And well, you get what you paid for. And in one of my past videos, as I was creating this Giraffosaurus, I came across these ears that were supposed to look like giraffe ears, but it looked more like bunny ears, so I put them in the disappointment pile, along with the pink fur. And last but not least, when I was creating my Bumble kitten, isn't she cute? I just love her. I made a last-minute decision, thinking that her head was too small, so I tried to make a head just like hers, just a little bit bigger, but then I realized it was too big, and I just went with the original. This is what happens when you overthink, guys.
You live and you learn.
With that being said, I stuck the other head in the disappointment pile. And instead of throwing them out, I just thought for Valentine's Day, everything deserves love and attention, especially your disappointments. So that's what we're gonna do today. All right, let's go, guys. Now, at first, I didn't know what I was going to make, but then it dawned on me, I never made a jackalope. So all that's missing for the head are, well, antlers. Now, as you can see here, I am making the skeleton for the antlers for structural support. Probably said that wrong. I did just wake up and, well, currently working on my cup of coffee so I could get her done. Now, we are going to whip out our best friend for this so we could get the shape that we want and, well, more structural support for the clay. Once we're done with the magic trick, we're going to apply the clay onto the antler tinfoil thingy. You got to make sure that they're all nice and evened out onto the tinfoil, because if the thickness is kind of off point, it's not going to bake evenly. And that's where sculpting tools come in handy. Now, the last finishing touches, I decided to add so many lines on the antlers to make it appear more like, well, antlers. The head is done. Now it's time for the murder mittens, which is just the pawpaws. We're not making a beast in this episode. It's Valentine's Day. Supposed to be warm, cuddly, and full of love. And, well, it's a jackalope. They're lovers, not fighters. Now, I made a homemade armature for the arms, since the arms are typically smaller than the legs on the jackalope. Now, what you're about to witness here, I don't know what I was thinking. I didn't use enough tinfoil for this process, which is mind-blowing, since I said over and over that tinfoil is your best friend. But later on, this decision is going to bite me in the ass. Now, I was just going to make regular jelly beans for the bottom feet. However, since it's Valentine's Day, I thought it would be cute if I just made the bottom feet heart shapes. I mean, since this is not going to be your ordinary jackalope, it's going to be my version of a jackalope, and well, I just like it, okay? Now, I went ahead and decided to paint everything before I put together the armature. Since we know the faux fur is pink, and since it's Valentine's Day, there's going to be some red tones in there, just thought black is the best color option to go with pink and red. So with that in mind, we're going to have ourselves a black heart with the toe bean. And of course, we have to add gradients to the toe beans and the heart so it doesn't look too flat. Perfect. Now, if there's any area that I'm going to apply fur, I'm just simply painting it pink. So if I miss any areas, it's not going to be too revealing. We already made disappointments in the past, so let's not make any more. Now for the eyes, I decided to have them be the color blue. Since there's going to be lots of pink, red, and black, I just thought it'll be a great complementary color. Finally, it's starting to look cute and adorable instead of, well, creepy. Now in case you're wondering, I was practicing using a flock applicator on one of the ears. Now in this case, I'm just going to paint over that and apply fur so I could get the proper length I want on the ears. Now, of course, we save the best for last. We're going to finish off the head. Now, what I'm doing to the horns is called dry brushing. It really does help bring out the line texture and make it look more like horns. Now this time I'm going to apply the UV resin before I apply the fur because in the past the fur was getting all caught up in the UV resin and there was lots of trimming involved and it didn't make the eyes appear roundish. Now the benefit of doing this method, if I applied too much, as you can see on the eye, I could just simply take that extra UV resin and apply it to the nose and the other eye. Now for the antlers, I am going to apply matte varnish so I know it's properly sealed up and I'll have to worry about any chip paint. Now it's time to put together the armature ball and sockets and the connectors. Now for the arms, I'm going to use the wire to wrap around the plus sign connector. Now it's time to cut strips of quilt batting so I could get the right thickness for the body. Here's that mistake I was talking about. The foot broke on me. But no worries, there's nothing that a hot glue can't handle. Now all I'm doing here is taking those strips and wrapping it around the armature and that right proper thickness for a jackalope. Now once that's done, it's time for hand sewing. Now when I'm hand sewing, I always watch a movie while I'm doing this, so I'm just going to do a magic trick for you guys. As you can see here, we are putting together the rest of the body parts with the help of the magical tool of a hot glue gun. Now with the extra faux fur that was dangling on the side, we are going to cut an odd shape to make it wrap around the head with not just the magic tool, but also fabric glue. Because there are some areas that I need more time to apply the fur and the hot glue is just going to dry too fast and it's going to come out unflattering. Now it's time for the fluffy tail. Now I'm just guessing the size for the fluffy tail because, well, jackalopes are mythical creatures after all. So I don't really see the big deal as long as it looks like, well, a rabbit tail. Now once I am done cutting them all out, I am going to show you this weird transformation. Ta-da? Anyway, let's go ahead and turn it inside out. Now we are going to stuff it with some polyfill. And once we're done with that, we are going to drag the body back into frame and buzz off a good section where we're going to sew on the fluffy tail and hand sew it on. Now it's time to give this fluffy boy a haircut. I was getting way ahead of myself. What I should have done was brush this out so the fur is all nice and soft and easy to cut off. I am using a pet shaver for most of the body. However, when it comes to details like the back of the legs or the feet or the face, I am using regular scissors. As you can see from this awkward angle, how scissors are the best option to help keep that certain length on your fluffy buddy. Now the other foot decided to break on me. Once again, the magical tool of a hot glue gun came to the rescue, and hopefully we're clear. Now it's time to find the face. Now, once you are satisfied with hair cutting, it is now time for airbrushing. Now, I'm using this particular acrylic paint that is for airbrushing. Now, I'm just mixing it with a few drops of water and just having fun with it. I decided last minute that not only am I using the red to give it gradients to the pink, but I'm going to add black stripes to my jackalope. Now, why, you may ask? I don't know. It just felt right to me. I was questioning that last minute decision. I love the results. Now, once the stripes have been applied, it's official, guys. She is done. I'll be the first to admit it. I am surprised that it turned out this cute. Now, I can't think of a name for her other than, well, Valentine. She was created for Valentine's Day. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and, well, have a good one, guys.